Welcome, heroes. I'm shield artist and agent McBride. You may not know me, but I'm a fashion designer behind several superheroes' costumes. They may act like they design them by themselves alone in their bedroom or cave, but hey, I'm the real designer behind Batman, the genius primary colors of Superman, Iron Man, Robin, and, the Hulk. I have a mission for you, should you choose to accept. Iron Man needs your help. Tony Stark was on vacation in Cancun when the coronavirus struck him on lockdown. Now, he has the resources, but he doesn't have his designs. With your help, we can help him build his suit back to its original specifications. I know that you realize that Iron Man can stop the coronavirus with his all-protecting suit. So come with me now, cause, oh my goodness! Whoa, they're already coming in. We might need to go faster than I originally thought, so let's go over our supplies. Today, we're using our same crayons. We have a white, yellow, orange, red, blue, gray, and black. Now, when I was a kid, I would dream to draw characters like this. Often, I drew DC, Marvel, but they looked really bad. Like really bad. But today, I'm gonna show you how to make them look awesome. So follow along, get ready, grab your gray crayon, and here we go. So let's go ahead. You won't see any of these lines in the end. So go ahead and let's divide our paper in half, going straight down. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and divide it again, horizontally. Great. What we want to do now is create sort of little squares out of these. So let's go ahead, go up to just about the top of the paper, and we'll draw another line. We'll go down to just before the bottom of the paper, and we'll draw another line, about the same distance as the one above. Perfect. Now we're gonna talk halves and thirds. Do you know what halves and thirds are? Perfect. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another halfway line between this and this line. Perfect. They're coming. I can hear them getting closer. Let's go ahead and do a little rectangle, which will be Iron Man's head. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and just about a third of the center of the paper, right here, we're gonna make as Iron Man's head, looking us dead on, so Tony has no problem at all discerning our design. Perfect, perfect. And the idea is that if it's not, it doesn't need to be. We'll make it perfect along the way. Alright, now, let's not make this just a stiff Iron Man. Let's give it attitude. We want this to save lives. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna place some marks that will help us make the gesture and positioning of Iron Man's chest. Let's go ahead and place a little mark right here from the edge of my tape over to the head, halfway between. Bam! Let's go and do the same thing as if it was a mirror image flip-flopped over here. Bam! Perfect. What we're gonna do now is do a gesture line. This gives attitude. Very lightly. Now I can feel that his head is facing me and that we have that sort of turned hero type look. Okay, let's get into the genius of the suit design that I made. Here we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start getting in some of the actual chest. So using some of these reference lines, we can still use our gray crayon to draw. Let's go. Right here, we're gonna go ahead and do a little kind of bump up to this rectangle. Boom. There we go. Now, on the other side, we want to come down and we want to kind of curve like a big parenthesis and loop back into this point. So like this and back in. Now, if you have to sketch and search it out, acceptable. Now, let's go and do a circle. This circle is going to indicate where Tony Stark's heart implant, the arc reactor, rests. So let's go ahead, and this will be a circle but seen from side view, so it'll appear as an ellipse. Boom. Now let's do a bigger circle to surround it, encompassing and making it safe. Perfect, perfect. Let's do a larger circle. This will be his shoulder. So what I'm going to do is right beneath this line, going slightly above it, and then down to the next line, I'm going to do a nice, big, kind of protective shoulder pad. Let's do the other one. Now this one is being blocked by his side turned body. So let's go ahead and pop that in, like so. Now it's time to put in some little details. Let's put in a line just to indicate sort of where we'd like the end of the portrait or bust to go. Boom, right there. We will focus on the top half of the design right now. So let's now go back to the shoulder pad and put in an extra little detail. Let's put in 2 more circles. One right here, and one within. Near perfect, great job. Okay, now lastly, let's go ahead and do a little kind of sideways U right here, and then come down and connect there. That will make it look as if 2 pieces of iron are connecting together to form the suit. Now, let's put in his collar so that we can then attach his neck. I will make the collar follow approximately the same angle as that first gesture line we did, but this time I will make sure that I center it to end right about here on this circle. Place a dot if it's helpful. Here we go. We want it curved as if a collar would be. There we are. Now let's go ahead and mirror this curve right here and run right into the rectangle. You couldn't have done a better job. You are a lifesaver. Time for the head. Our undersketch is almost done. Now with the head, let's go ahead and establish his jawline first. We want this to be firm and rigid like someone I know. So we'll go ahead and do an angle here from just above the shoulder connection down, and then mirror it on the other side. In this lesson, we will practice symmetry. We need this to be symmetrical and perfect. As perfect as, we can do. Let's go ahead and do one more guideline. We're gonna go between here and here, but not go into the rectangle, doing a dividing line. This will help us determine where that steel, glowing stare will be located. So let's go ahead and now put a light indication at the bottom. There we go, perfect. What we're going to do is move up a smidgen and then do a nice hard line across. Now this line, I give a slight curve to, and I mean slight. This will give it the amount of menace it needs to defeat our enemy. Perfect. Let's give it eye sockets. For the eye sockets, I angle in on each side and then do a flat bottom. As so. You want your Iron Man to look very, very serious. Unless you don't, then don't make him look serious. So let's go ahead and now put in where the red goes to gold on his chin. What I'm going to do is come up just a smidge from here and do a flat line that really mimics the bottom line of Iron Man's chin. Now we'll do a slight angle down, and then we're gonna follow the angle at the bottom of the jawline, just a tad away from it, and we'll come up about halfway to this line and we'll turn in. Great job. This is complex work, but it needs to happen right now, and it couldn't be happening without our help. So let's go ahead and get in Iron Man's mouth. Now again, we want this to be menacing just as the eyes were. What I'm going to do is go up to almost halfway from this line to this line, about right there, just a little lower and I'm gonna make this kind of frowning, but not too much. So it's got that seriousness. Now, we'll angle down, just mimicking what we did before below. Perfect. Let's go straight up. Imagine that this is like the skeleton. This is that part of our jaw right here. Then we'll go up this way. So here we go. Now, pay mind to the eye. Don't go to the line. Perfect. Perfect, heroes. Up top, we need to put that little indentation in his helmet. Let's go ahead and round it off though first. So, Iron Man's head goes from thinner and tapers out, and it goes at its widest right about here. So let's go. Now we're shaping. Now we're sculpting. That rectangle from before, we can finesse now. In the last step, we will color the background black, and so any lines that are going outside of your character are okay. Let's go ahead and put that indentation after the rounding of the top of the head. Okay, now right here, we'll cut in, go across, and cut down. For the last part, we'll go ahead and put in just a few more lines that will help us indicate where some of the plane changes are on our chin. Right here, from this intersection to this intersection, go ahead and do a line. Do the same here. Beautiful. Okay, it appears we have finished our under sketch. What we will do now is outline certain areas in red, and we will go back and then determine where our shadows will be. Grab your red crayon and follow along. Now with this, we don't need to press too hard. This is just to give us an idea. Mostly what I'm doing is going around key points of Iron Man's suit, really where the silhouette will be. What is silhouette? Silhouette is what the form looks like when not lit by anything. So essentially, if we just took all of the detail off of this and turned it black, you would just see a menacing silhouette of a turned-shouldered robot with glowing eyes out of blackness. So, what I've established so far is the outline, the silhouette. Now I will do the detail of the outer edge of the arc reactor. I will do these two circles within. I will do the sideways U. I'll do the bottom. Now, I will do the chin. Perfect neckline. Great. Now that we have these established, let's go ahead and put in our yellow details. With the yellow, I'm gonna go ahead and outline just a couple more things, being the little notch on the top of the helmet. I will go and outline my eyes. I will do the lines as well that form the cheekbone and the mouth. Fantastic job, heroes. Let's put that yellow crayon down and pick the gray one back up. We have a very solid underdrawing. Just this is almost enough to be able to send to Tony, but let's go ahead and get those final details in so there is no confusion. Okay, gray crayon back in hand. We're going to indicate shadows. I went ahead and colored areas of lines that are not important to the shadows so we don't get confused right now. Follow along, we're moving fast because they're coming in. Let's go. I'm gonna do a kind of curved line right here. Boom, you can do the sound effect if you need. Right here, another curve. Boom. Right here, another curve. Boom. Right here. Line coming down from this intersection of the chin. Doom. Okay, now we want a little section here to have detail. So let's go ahead and do a flat line and angle back. Go beneath it, flat line, angle back. This will help it look as if Iron Man actually has robotics in his neck. Okay, perfect. Now let's go up and indicate the shadows in the helmet. So what I'm going to do is basically big letter U's under the eye, like this, and then Like that. Like that. Perfect. Couldn't have been more perfect. Let's do 2 shines. Now these, one is right there. Almost gives him that kind of serious eye. And then let's do a shine right there on the side of Iron Man's helmet. Perfect, soldiers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to color in gray pretty much everything that we've indicated. Let's go. Now, the pressure I am using on my crayon is somewhat firm. I would suggest that these are bold times, so take bold actions. We want no confusion again with this suit as it arrives with Tony. Here we go. Let's do another shine on the chin. Another shine on this bottom chin. Perfect, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and illuminate, or rather shade, a little of this side. Little there. Perfect, perfect. Let's do the entire neck. Now I'm just gonna press hard, shadow, shadow, but do not do this side. Leave that side in light. Bottom of the chin. Now this is just a little spot within that red chin area. Let's go beneath on our shoulders. Notice how I am coloring very hard, and make sure within the suit, in this area of negative space, we fill it in nice and dark. Let's go to the arm. Coloring it in, not worrying too much about the bottom, because this is not something we will hang in a gallery unless you see it that you like to. This is something that will save lives. This is just a design, so it is okay if it's a little sketchy around the edges. Great. What we've done is we've put in our shadows. Last thing I'm going to do is draw in the eyes. These will basically be like 2 almonds stretched out. Perfect, perfect. I believe they're getting closer. I can hear the chaos outside ensuing. Soldiers, it's only a matter of time before they arrive inside. Let's get coloring. What we'll do first, before we color the rest of our Iron Man, is place our shiny shines. So I have my white crayon. I am coloring this circle right here very, very hard. And then this spot above the eye very, very hard. And then I will color this nose, if you will, and this side of the jaw. And just a little shine right here following the line of the bottom of the chin. Right here, a little sparkle right along the red line, give a nice hard edge. Now, as a bonus detail, we'd like to do another white line right alongside this gray hard line. The rest of these marks are few and far between. Follow along. Let's go ahead, color this in. Boom, white right there. This whole edge of the shoulder, white. Let's do a shine right here. Let's just give a nice spotch of white that will scratch out later. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to do my arc reactor with whites in the center, and so that it can really glow through when we are ready. Let's place our white crayon back, and now pick up our blue. With the blue, I will now go ahead and color in my eyes. Good firm pressure, nice saturation. We want these eyes to be glowing. Now, when I originally designed this suit, I made the eyes in pink. I thought it would have looked better, but Tony did not agree. Choose your own ending. Perfect. We have colored the arc reactor. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of excess blue into the rest of the suit. Now this will not show completely in the end, so does not need to be perfect. It will just be as if there's a little glow on top of our red Iron Man suit. Perfect, perfect. If you'd like a little glow outside of it, you could take a little out. I'm using the edge of the crayon and going soft. And I'll make it get softer towards the edge, so it feels like it's fading out as it's glowing. Beautiful. Let's put our blue crayon back. Now we will grab our yellow. Now, with extreme force, color the head. Great job. We want to make sure we really push into that gray crayon. As you see, it creates very nice contrasting shadows, and so that when Tony is designing, he remembers all of the curves that are in his mask. This is going to be great. You all are heroes. We will save the world and rid it of this horrible virus that is keeping us from our friends and our teachers, and most of all favorite, our homework. Perfect. We are almost done coloring in this mask. Not much yellow here. I was very choosy when I designed this. I wanted it to really pop. Put the yellow down. Grab the orange. Why the orange? We're gonna put it on before the red so we get an extra awesome highlight. Let's go ahead and basically color things that will be red. Perfect. Right in the chin. Now don't worry if at this point you still can see some of your sketch lines, as momentarily we will color the entire background black, and also in that process outline anything that is being lost or confused in your underdrawing. I am so proud of all of you for following along, and you are truly heroes today and every day. Do not forget that. Let's do the shoulder over here. We are so close. Mostly, I am coloring over the white areas, but if it gets into the gray, that is acceptable, soldiers. Perfect, perfect. I will go a little bit into the blue. Awesome. Let's go ahead and put our orange crayon down and grab our red. We are going in for the final color. What I will do is start within the shadows, pressing very, very firmly, and going into the orange areas so that they do not appear orange, but red-orange. Here we go, going over everything. Don't worry if elements of your underdrawing get lost in this process. We will pull them back out in the next step, the finishing steps. Everything I am coloring, I am just going without abandon. I am going as if I am a strong, confident superhero, which I am not. I'm just the designer of superhero suits. But they tell me one day, with enough experience, I can maybe join them. Maybe one of them. I think that Aquaman is into it. Aquaman will give me a position. So as you can see, we're losing a lot of our drawing, but that is okay. Part of the process of doing something amazing is feeling as if it's not going to work out. Imagine all those times that Tony Stark was stuck without his suit. We thought maybe he wouldn't get through these situations, but lo and behold, he did, because it is our wits, it is our determination that get us through events and crises. It is not our suit, it is not our money we have, it is our brains. Always remember that. Let's grab our black crayon now and put in our final outline, and then we will follow with coloring the background, and so there is no confusion as we send this out to Tony. Here we go. Nice firm edges. Now make sure to get the bottom of his chin nice and firm. If you have trouble covering over your old crayon lines, just press harder. I ensure black will cover everything. In these details, I am looking out for minute curves and details. Check as I indent the top of the head now. Look at that. Perfect. Let's do the eyes before I get a blunt crayon. Let's do the flat line going across. From here to me, he kind of looks like Bert of Bert and Ernie. Menacing. Let's do his menacing mouth. It's amazing that you could probably be smiling in a robot suit. Here we go, up the side of the cheek, up and over the chin. Perfect, perfect. Let's go ahead and, with a lighter touch, do these angles. Just a light indication. Sometimes, how you use your line makes a big difference, so I choose to press lightly there. Here we go, up and around the eyes. Let's really make them glow. Perfect. Next. You are doing a fantastic job keeping along. Let's put one black line right here to indicate that indentation. Now, any other black lines you feel you need to pop out certain points of your Iron Man suit, please add if you feel you need them. We are near the end. Let's get the rest of the suit. Going with the back of the shoulder. Top of my shoulder. I'm going to do those circles. I'm going to do mostly the side though. I'll leave the top half. Now I'm going to go over to the arc reactor and do a nice black line just on the edge. Now where that outer circle is, I'll do the edge again. Perfect, perfect. Now the collar. And if you've forgotten where some of these lines are, do not fret. Just find them again. They are under there, and we have done them before. Do not let simple things worry you. I am outlining the joints in the neck. Perfect. Let's do the outer edge of our armor. So nice. Shoulder. Great job. Now lastly, we're going to go ahead and just darken last features. Pitch black almost, pitch black. Neck. I'm going to lose everything right here. It's better for it to be a mystery, because they will know what is happening as it comes to this angle of the neck. And then I take a break, jump over, back into the darkness of the suit, and color black again. Look how much his head pops now. Just a little of the edge of the cheek now. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Maybe a little bit there. Awesome. Shoulder. This is the shadow cast from his awesome helmet that I designed using awesome ideas. Now, we'll do a little shadow around this edge, just to end it in a little shade there. Let's do a little just on this arm. And congratulations, shoulder. Congratulations, soldiers and heroes. I have learned to speak again. And now, oh goodness, they are here. They are busting through the door. I can hear them pounding. We are to the last details. Let's scratch out our whites and then color the background black. I am using a guitar pick, but if you do not have a guitar pick, you may use a quarter. I am going to scratch the top of the shoulder blade, really pulling out that bright highlight. I will now scratch other areas, like the side of the suit, the arc reactor. Notice how this begins to brighten the core. Now, lessen as you get to the edges. Perfect, perfect. This is the benefit of the white crayon placed prior. Let's put a shine on the edge of our shoulder. Great job. Now let's put the last shines in the helmet. Along the neck. Gorgeous. Now last but not least, his glowing eyes. Perfect. Now what we'll do is we'll finish out the drawing with a nice solid black outline. You don't have to go as fast as me, but we'll meet you at the end. Let's go. I will take mine first. Oh no, they're coming in. It is up to you to take the design to Stark Industries. Please send this to Iron Man as quickly as possible. And until then, doodle on!